getting this video started off with, it's really just a video of me, which does seem a little self-serving, but I kind of want to let you know what we're doing here. We are filing, we're cleaning. You can see me look a little confused and vindicated maybe at the screen. A lot of these books, sometimes it's difficult when I'm trying to sort them, when I'm trying to put them in my Excel spreadsheet in the right genre, just so I know what I have. It's tough sometimes to, number one, discern what it is, and number two, where it actually should go. I do kind of wish maybe back cover somehow we could just all agree somehow that this is a historical fiction, this is a general fiction. I know that sounds mamby-pamby, but you know, it takes a little while for times, but this part is important because the more organized I am on this end, the better things are going to be on the back end of the conversation. So this is where I'm at. Look at me figuring it out in the moment. Ugh, I love when a plan comes together. What I wanted to do in this clip is just kind of show you actually the schedule from top to bottom of how I do wrap a blind adventure with a book. And a lot of it is me staring at the table, trying to remember where I put the thing that I needed, like the yardstick, or in this case, apparently the book that I had just finished. What is fun with this is that each pop-up that I've had now, I feel like I've made the blind adventures better. However, with that, I have leftover inventory. So what you can see here is I'm actually going back through and kind of fixing one that I created a new way to do it. I added a different design element, and it's really just how I wrap the twine. You can see the ball of twine there on that top of the pile of, I forget exactly what genre that is, but I felt pretty good about where that was. So counting them up, what I tried to do here was bump it up to 10 blind adventures per genre that I was going to bring. And one that I added this time was a young adult category. I had some parents that had come to the last pop-up, and they had asked if there were any for kids. And I was like, oh, I really don't have any. I really didn't think about buying them for kids, and I actually didn't even think about buying them for gifts. That sounds so funny because of course they should be purchased as gifts, but hey, you'll live and learn. So I've got this new roll of brown paper. You can see it there. That was given, someone purchased it off of my Amazon wish list. You can see that in the description if you're interested in that. Again, it's no pressure for that. But yeah, that was purchased, showed up in the mail. It was such a huge help because it's obviously sized like perfectly for what I'm doing here. So I trace out the line. I try to go about an inch or two below the book, cut it out. And again, there are a lot of videos with people doing this way more efficiently and way more professionally. But again, I'm just doing it because I can do it cheaply. I can do it in a way that is accessible. It is easy to do. There are certainly things that I could buy. There are items that I could purchase that would make it make more sense, that would make it faster. But I'm okay with how I'm doing it. It does take a little bit longer than I maybe would want, but you know, that's part of it. It's no rush. It's not like I'm in a sprint or anything. Pretty much how I'm doing it is one pop-up per week. So I've got 6 days in between one pop-up to the next, and that does give me a chance to go to used bookstores, to think through what I did last time, what I need to change. And actually, this time of making these, it's actually a really helpful time for me to think about what I'm doing, think about how things are going. So once I get the folds, I kind of handle the back, and I tried originally, I tried to make these as pristine and as straight as I could. What I found is that people don't really care what the back of it looks like. Now, I'm not trying to make it look terrible, but I'm also not really killing myself trying to make everything exactly straight. I put tape on it. I make sure the paper doesn't come loose, and I'm pretty content with how that is. But you kind of finish it there. I make sure that it's not going anywhere, and again, what I did differently this time is I bought a really nice sort of wound bit of twine. These that I'm putting in there, these are annotated book records, so they have, I think it's like 30 or some odd pictures of book spines, and you can fill it in with the books that you read that month. So I give that to them. That'd be kind of a fun personalized thing. I do pull off a couple sticky notes. I need to pull the back sticky note off and turn it around so there's none of the stickiness. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I do. I jam that in there, put in some stickers, I put in a business card, and here is the part. Now, initially, early on, I tried to do about, a complete arm's length width of how long to make the twine, and that actually was pretty close. I don't remember exactly if this was early in the process, in the middle of the process, at the end of the process. I kind of got into a pretty good system. Yeah, this is early. You can see how I'm making that cross on the back, and I'm putting it right in the middle of the book. What I ended up doing was actually bringing that a little further down, and just so it didn't cover up the actual label of the genre that I wrote on it. But yeah, I make just a little bow here, and I try to tighten it. And what this also does is it actually kind of tightens around the wrapping, so fewer stickers and other stuff that I jam in there, it doesn't drop down as much. I always had a little bit of extra twine, and I just was content with cutting that off, and that's fine. What I do then is I put 2 stickers on the front of the Blind Adventure. This one gave me a real nice time trying to come off. So one goes right under on the left side if you're looking at the book, and then one goes right in the bottom right corner. It just kind of, I think it centers the book really nicely, kind of draws your eye to the center, which is what I want. I think it just balances it. I don't know. I don't put that much thought into it. And then I write the genre. Now, what's funny about this is if I read the back of the book, make sure I know what I'm about to write, make sure it's accurate, obviously. What's funny is at this point, when I kind of forget which book I'm wrapping, especially after you do it for a while, you're like, wait, which one was that? And you kind of have to stare at it, try to, mentally take in the size of the book. But yeah, I don't write too much. I just write one sentence, or sometimes I'll just do bullet points. Just sort of like, one I just did was about the Queen of England gets captured on vacation. It's kind of like a fun comedic mystery. And so I just put Queen of England captured. Oh man, I forget the last thing I put, but it was like super funny. It was like, how are we going to get her back, or something like that. And then I pull 3 stickers from my pile. I jam those in there, and I do put a tea bag in there, as well as some pens and some highlighters. At this point, I didn't have one, but I am pretty pleased with how this turned out. Hey everybody, just giving you a little update on where we're at here in the office. Things are getting a little hairy. So here are books I still need to process for the upcoming sale. Got my table here for Blind Adventures. Trying to get 10 in each genre for this time, for this sale. And yeah, so eventually, don't mind the tools there, I was working on a project. But yeah, so eventually, once I get these processed, I'm gonna have to open up all these boxes, make sure they're accessible. And yeah, I think we're gonna kind of load them up, make sure we have our final number and everything prepared. Excited for this Saturday. We're gonna be back at Southern Streams Coffee Shop. Hello everybody, I am prepared for the pop-up tomorrow, and it's not supposed to rain tonight, so I went ahead and got the truck all loaded up. And yeah, we will be ready to roll, so I don't have to do this, set up, take off, put back on, take back off like 4 times tomorrow. I just have to do it twice. Not too shabby. Well, now that I say it out loud, 3 times. So a little bit better, but not much. Never mind. Good morning. It is about 6:30 and we are loaded up. We are driving up to the coffee shop as I stare into the sun. So excited for the day. We'll see what it brings us. Hopefully we get to meet some cool people, maybe re-see some people that we met last time. That would be really awesome. But yeah, just excited to see how the products do. It's always fun when you're shopping for new books, when you're looking through the shelves, talking with people, reaching out about inventory. Like, I think that I have a quality inventory. I like the books that I've selected. I think that they attract what I find to be interesting. But that is something that I'm trying to notice too. It's like, well, you know, I'm not just buying for me, I'm shopping for people, and I need to make sure that I have a broad enough selection. One of the things that I had really done for this was in the nonfiction. I needed to really be careful that I didn't just pick a bunch of historical stories that I thought were the best. So we'll see. I tried to have quite a variety, even more than last time, certainly. I was much more intentional with it. So excited to see how the sale does, but we'll get there. We'll get set up, and I'll bring you guys along for it. All right, back again for a second. I was just kind of thinking through the morning, and I'm the type of person that I like to put expectations, I like to put goals, I like to put accomplishments on the list, because I like to try to, achieve them. I like to check things off the list. I'm struggling not to do that with this, because again, last time we made about $190, which is great. I had no expectations. If we made 4 sales, I was going to be pumped, right? We made over 40, which was really, really cool. My gut here says, well, let's try to target over 60 sales today, and let's try to hit $250. I don't think I'm going to do that, because at the end of the day, it's who's there, it's how they connect with the product. And again, this is a long-term thing, so we are slowly plotting. And so that's the mindset I'm taking into this. I'm taking in the mindset that we are just going to be present, we're going to be in the moment, and we are just going to enjoy the process, because it's a really special thing to have an idea, to take some steps, certainly to make some investment, but to see the vision slowly take form. So that's going to be success for us today, doing the event. But also maybe $250. We'll see.
All right, that was super fun. I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know why you would, but I hope you did. I'm gonna speed you up now, get these books out. Alright, all set up, and there are about 100 more books from last week. So I feel pretty good about how full the shelf looks. I'm getting to the point though, I still have some books left over in the shelf, in the bins here. I'm definitely getting to the point where I could get a 4th shelf. So I'm gonna probably start thinking through that. We'll see how today goes. But yeah, got my little fun display here. Got a set here for 20 bucks. Stickers, of course, and excited about how this table turned out. Got all the different genres right there that I have, and then of course I got more underneath. So we'll see how today goes. I made our first couple sales, and a sweet lady dropped off these books for me. So kind. It's going really, really well, and I'm doing a good job of keeping records this time. So last week I would just talk to people, and off they'd go into the wide blue yonder, keeping records. It's going well. All right, checking back in. I have made 11 sales so far. Been here for about 2 hours. Just had the sweetest couple who stopped by. They're an older couple, and they brought me this entire stack of books, bought a couple things, and were just so encouraging. It's going so well. Well, hello everybody. Thank you for following along. Thank you for those who showed up, those of you who even stopped by first time. I had a really great day. It was so fun. Today, I mentioned it early in one of those check-ins during the sale. I just had several people drop off books. I had this one sweet couple, 2 very sweet older couples who, were returned, and then they came back a second time today, and they dropped off books that they'd scrounged up from their libraries that they didn't want anymore. Kaylee, thank you if you're watching this for dropping off those books. Those sold immediately. So, if you have any other books lying around, don't keep them to yourself. But it was just such a great day. I'm so thankful for the people at Southern Streams, the coffee shop that I'm being hosted at. Actually, the owner came out today, and she just was like, you have an open invitation. If you want to come on out, and it's going to be a great ongoing thing. So that's just such a relief, because thus far I haven't had anybody else kind of respond with, yes, you can come out. I had a couple of people respond and say, hey, that's an interesting idea. Can tell us a little bit more about the pop-up bookstore. And I sort of did, and then I haven't heard anything back. So probably will follow up with those at some point. I don't want to seem too annoying, but at the same time, you don't ask, you don't receive. So, but I've reached out to a couple
coffee shops in like the town above me and the town below me. So I don't mind driving 30 minutes or whatever, 45 minutes to get somewhere. So that's not a big deal. So we'll see if we start to make a little bit more progress. But as far as sales went, I was again very, very pleased. I'm going to kick you over to my computer here in a second, let you show you the details. I did a lot better job of keeping track. In fact, the only thing that I missed was at the very end. I had a huge order. This very kind lady, she was a surgeon from Kansas. She gets kind of flown into different cities and different states to perform surgery, whatever she focused on. I didn't ask those specifics. But yeah, so she was there buying reading books for her kids to bring back with her on the plane. And so I was like, okay, sure, absolutely. That was like right at the end. You'll see when we jump over there. But again, just such a great day. Made some contacts, had some great conversations with people. And it's kind of everything that we wanted, right? Thus far, early on. We're making sales, we're able to put some money into the business, try to recoup some of those initial costs. We're not back to solvent yet, but we are working there. And every time we pop up, we're getting closer. So thank you for those who participated. Thank you for those who said you'd bring books next time. You guys are the best. Let's jump over to the computer now and we'll show you some of the details. All right, we are over here on the computer screen. So yeah, here were the sales from today. Let me move myself a little bit here. So here are our sales. I was so pleased, so pleased. So I'm gonna walk through this here in a second, but look at last time's. Look how bad I did. Number one, that's what I thought I earned last time. This is actually what I earned with the different methods. But look at this. I thought I did things, general fiction, I didn't write anything down. I didn't write anything down. I did terrible. Everything was terrible. And this time I was proud. I did a lot better. So I got all the titles and so actually told people, I was like, I'm actually not going to let you leave yet because I do need to record what books you purchased. So they were kind and they let me type them all in. But yeah, I got all the genres. Obviously the blind adventures are here in green. And then once I sold the first two, I thought I should see what genre the blind adventures are so I know what sells the best. It takes me a while, folks. It takes me a while. So yeah, so the method of payment, cash or card, just kind of see what had the most. This obviously was the same order. So yes, I also jotted the time down just to kind of see before noon or afternoon. And if there is noon, y'all see that, right? If there's noon, we've got 23 total sales. Of course, books are moving in there. That's not total sales, but that's how many books I moved. 23 there. And then afternoon, we jump down to here, 55. Of course, that's a little bit skewed because that all was the same order, 44 down to 55. But let's go here to 44. So we have 23, so 44, 24 down to 44. So 20 sales afternoon and 20 sales before noon. That's pretty good, honestly. I expected it to really drop off in the middle of the afternoon, but the sales just kept coming in. So again, a lot of blind adventures, was super cool, very excited. Got all the genres, so I will update my major book inventory, even though it's kind of all over the place here. So yeah, I'll update my major inventory and then see where we're at. But yeah, I brought in $211.50. And you'll remember at the beginning I put out there maybe 250. That was kind of in the back of my mind what I was going for. But what I did want to do was move 50 books. And we moved 55. So very excited that we kind of hit one of those markers. So yeah, there is the second pop-up. Thank you again to everyone involved. Thank you for those who are looking at the Amazon wish list, either on the YouTube channel and or the Instagram page. Thank you for those who are sending things. If that's something you'd be interested in, you are more than welcome to go kind of purchase something off of that. No pressure whatsoever. You all getting books and getting me books. The amount of people that said, oh, I've got books. Are you going to be back next week? Said more than likely. Thank you. I do appreciate it. It's been a fun journey and it's only just getting started. So for those of you on YouTube, thank you for watching. You can like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see what comes next week as we now build back the inventory with some of the profits we made, as we try to really hone in the shape of the tent, the organization of the tent. You'll see on some of the videos my wife was able to be there with me, so that was cool to hang out with her today. And yeah, we're always making adjustments, always tweaking things. So love any comments, love any suggestions, but thank you all so much.